Hello, Degens! Welcome to Degenerate Takes. Today is March 14th, 2022. We are less than 24 hours away from first four in, first four out, less than 2 days away from the greatest tournament known to man, March Madness, less than 2 days away from the greatest live stream to ever happen for 4 days straight on YouTube and in Decentraland by Degenerate Takes, and we are beyond excited. I am, of course, the Brofict one, AJ, and with me, as always, is the sportsbook whisperer, the college basketball guru, Mr. Noah Engelbretson. Noah, how the hell are you doing today?
AJ, I wish I could go in a coma for I was going to say a couple days, but not even a couple days. I wish I could go into a coma until, 6:40 Eastern time tomorrow when Indiana and Wyoming kick off the March Madness basketball season. Oh my God, I am so excited. Today has been paining me. So I have this pain today. It is this deep, searing pain. The fact that there is no college basketball on it.
It's been awful.
That pain is not too bad because it is totally ridden with also excitement, envy. I mean, everything. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And even these first four games that we'll have, starting tomorrow and then obviously on Wednesday as well. Those are going to be super excited. I think on Wednesday, this Wright State and Bryant game, this is going to be a great game. This is going to be a great game. And also even tomorrow, I think Wyoming and Indiana, that's going to be a great game too. So, I get the first four doesn't mean that much. You could argue that, but some of these first four games are going to be really, really good. And I'm kind of excited for these first four games just as much as I am the rest of the bracket.
Noah, I'm so glad that you brought that up because I was talking with some of my coworkers earlier today, and we were going over the bracket and everything. I haven't seen a bracket this strong in a long time. There are a couple teams, and we'll get into that, where we think seeding's a little effed up, but I truly believe this bracket,
I would say this,
if not one of the strongest, maybe one of the more exciting brackets that we've seen in
open.
a while.
I wouldn't say strong. I would say open. I would say open.
Open is a good word.
There are a lot of teams this year that have a solid chance compared to most years. I don't know if the bracket's any stronger or weaker than it normally is. I don't know that I can really say that. I would say open. I would say this bracket's a lot more open, and there are a lot of teams that a lot more teams that have a chance this year than most years.
No, 100%. And even if you start looking at the odds and stuff, just outrights and just to make the Final Fours, you're seeing, don't get me wrong, those blue chip teams, Gonzaga, Arizona, Kentucky, those number 1, number 2 seeds, about the similar odds that you would see per the year. But then you start getting into the sketchier teams and stuff. And honest to God, I think the worst odds I saw this year were plus 20,000, which in retrospect, you know what I mean, when you're dealing with 64 teams, that's not that bad considering you're dealing in the NFL and stuff. I mean, looking at lines today, I saw some lines at plus 32,000 to win the Super Bowl. So Vegas is definitely getting a little scared, I think a little skittish with some of these lines and everything. A lot of these outrights, especially with the underdogs, these mid-majors, these teams that we don't really talk about a lot, getting a lot of pub now and starting to look really good late in the season. Texas Tech being one of those teams. Let's dive right into it, Noah. This bracket, obviously, we have been covering college basketball since the start. It's honestly our bread and butter right behind the NFL. They got some stuff wrong. I mean, as they always do, because it's college sports, they get some stuff wrong, and I understand that. You understand that, and we love that they get stuff wrong because it gives us stuff to talk about. So, Noah, Why don't you tell me, where did they absolutely just screw up this year? Because I got some thoughts that are a little biased, but I got some thoughts that are also based in fact.
So I'm a little conflicted with this take that I'm going to have, right?
Okay.
I like Villanova a lot. I like them a lot. I think they're a very good team. They shouldn't have gotten a 2 seed. They shouldn't have gotten a 2 seed. How the hell are you going to give Villanova a 2 seed over? I think the two teams that jump to mind are Tennessee and Purdue that would have deserved that 2 seed higher. I get it. Purdue lost to Iowa. I could understand them losing the 2 seed that they had just gotten. That Wisconsin was in that beforehand, but Wisconsin, let's not sugarcoat it. Wisconsin never deserved to have a 2 seed, anyways. If I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm pissed off. Tennessee did everything. I mean, Tennessee should have gotten a 2 seed over Villanova. Villanova should have been a 3, so it's not like they were egregiously out, wrongly seeded. But Villanova shouldn't have gotten the last 2 seed there. I would have thought Tennessee or Purdue deserved it better. That one was one that baffled me.
I just want to jump on that really quick, Noah, because that was one of mine. That was one of mine as well. Villanova, they're always one of those teams that compete, and they're always going to play well in March but they did not show anything this season that shows that they're a 2 seed. They didn't wow me any sense of the imagination. They just were kind of dull all season. I think we're going to see the same thing in March. With that being said, the only team that should be ahead of them is Tennessee. Illinois, I think, is ill-ranked, but that's a conversation for later. Tennessee fans, you should be pissed, but you should also be happy that you drew a 3 seed. Anyway, continue, Noah.
Yeah, I'm a little baffled by the 4s and 5s.
Okay.
Just in general. I don't understand how the hell Houston and Iowa got 5 seeds.
Why do you say that?
Oh, they're so much better than 5 seeds. I mean, Houston, a team where I understand, given some of the losses they had this season, probably a 4 seed. Iowa, which not a super popular opinion that I have, but I think Iowa was good enough to get a 3. I think Iowa could have been good enough to get a 3. And the fact that I think they were good enough to get a 3 really kind of angers me a little bit. And I don't like Iowa as a school. Being a little bit of decent Minnesota fan, I don't like Iowa at all, but I have to say they did not deserve a 5 seed. They should have been so much better than a 5. I get they were a 6 seed coming into the Big Ten tournament, but I thought they worked their way up to a 3, in my opinion. Iowa getting stuck at a 5, that's just ridiculous. Houston being at a 5, ridiculous. Illinois and Arkansas getting 4 seeds, I think that kind of blows my mind a little bit. And then another 4 seed to talk about, UCLA. UCLA shouldn't be a 4 seed.
No,
UCLA should be a 3.
What are they doing in the tournament?
I'm not saying they should be a 2, but UCLA should be a 3 seed. I think they're good enough. Their body of work. Yeah, okay. I think UCLA's done a lot of great things this year.
They did okay in a half-decent division ran by Arizona. I mean, the Pac-12 was nothing to write home about this year competition-wise, and then honestly, their out-of-conference play wasn't all that impressive either. I mean, we're talking about a school that started at number 2 and didn't finish in the rankings.
Which, if you want to talk about that, what did I say at the beginning of the season? I said UCLA ranked number. UCLA. I'm sure there's tape on it too. UCLA ranked number 2 coming into the season, and I said UCLA ranked number 2. I said they're not even going to get a 1 or 2 seed, which is fine. But I'm not super upset about UCLA getting a 4. I think they deserved a 3 instead of a 4, though. Is just kind of my
3 seed. Purdue over Purdue.
Well,
you're telling me? Wait, no, hold on. Purdue, and then who's the 3 seed on the other side? Wisconsin. I can't see over Wisconsin. I can't see over Wisconsin. No chance. That was a way harder division Wisconsin was playing, and Wisconsin was playing better basketball than UCLA all season.
No.
It wasn't good basketball, but it was better. It was better basketball than UCLA was playing. Get out of here. Get out of here. Wisconsin is an overall better team than UCLA.
You're going to eat those
rightfully
words when Wisconsin. No. You're going to eat those words when Wisconsin loses in the first round and UCLA goes to a Final Four or something.
UCLA is not going to a Final Four. UCLA is not making out of the first or second round.
Oh, God. Okay, that's a hot take.
Dude, what? So, I'm sorry, they're going to run into Akron or St. Mary's. I mean, they got Akron, then they're going to run into St. Mary's. You're telling me UCLA is going to beat St. Mary's in the second round? I just want to be clear.
2 easy wins. 2 easy wins. Yep.
God, whatever. Any other shocks, Noah?
I mean, let's just, I guess, work our way down the ladder. I mean, 6, 7 seeds. I'm surprised that Colorado State got a 6 seed. That was a surprise at the 6 line for me.
And why?
I thought Colorado State was more of a 7 or even an 8-9 type of caliber team. The fact that they, especially not even making it to their conference final, and still getting a 6 seed, that blows my mind. I mean, there's a reason that is so far the most popular upset pick is Michigan over Colorado State. However, I will get into that in a second with Michigan and some other teams that I think don't even deserve to be in the tournament. But
okay.
Yeah, and the 7-10 line, I think. Oh, this will be tough. I mean, these games are always tough. These 7-10 games. These 7-10 games are tough ones to pick. Man, AJ, I don't know about you, but I can see every single one of these 7-10 games as pretty much a pick 'em. Like, these are tough games.
I will say I spent more time than I usually do on a 7-10.
These are tougher than the 8-9. The 8-9 seems so much easier to pick to me than the 7-10s. The 7-10s are like, I don't even know.
I mean, yeah. And then you won't even get into betting lines and stuff like that because we're a betting show too. I mean, San Francisco opening up against Murray State as a 1.5 point favorite, line now shifting to the other way. Murray State being a 1.5 point favorite. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was kind of expecting that type of a movement, but not that fast. Lines came out Sunday. It's Monday morning, and the line's already moved to 1.5 the other way. That's something else, man, and I don't know how I feel about that. On the other side, though, let's talk about, where are they? USC and Miami. I can't make heads or tails of these two teams, bro. I faded both of them going into the conference championships for the last 2-3 weeks and went positive on money. I faded them in the conference, made money, and now here I am having to bet against one of them and pick against one of them. I hated it. I hated everything to do about that. And then let's talk about Loyola and Ohio State. OHIO. We covered the last Ohio State game.
Which they lost. We covered the last game of their season. Game of their season.
Fucking lost.
I mean, yeah, shit. AJ, I would be willing to bet 1, if not 2 of these 7-10s are going to be in the Sweet 16.
Oh, I see it. Oh, easy money.
And the craziest thing is, I don't know who. I don't know who.
No, I couldn't tell you, bro.
Because I don't even love any of these 7-10 matchups. I mean, these are all 4 of these 7-10 matchups are tough. But I also wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 of these ends up upsetting a 2 seed. Because is it bad that I like all of these 7 seeds and I like all of these 10 seeds?
Dude, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's a good bracket. Like we were talking about, it's a competitive bracket. It's wide open this season.
And I can tell you these 2 seeds are going to have their hands full in the second round.
Oh, they will. They really will. It's going to be rough.
And
no, Noah.
I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I like Loyola. I like potentially Davidson, but I also like Michigan State to beat Davidson in the first round. But so it's like that's tough. I love Murray State. Do I think they're going to beat Kentucky? No. Do I think they could lose to San Francisco? Yes, I think San Francisco might make it on, and Kentucky's going to have their hands full. I think Auburn would have their hands full with USC or Miami. So I think those are some of the most exciting matchups of the second round. Are going to be those 7s and 10s versus those 2 seeds, because I don't see any of the 2 seeds losing in the first round. I obviously don't see any of the 1 seeds losing.
Yeah.
But I think some of these 2 seeds are going to have their hands full.
They really will. They really will, especially with their first round matchups and then getting into the later rounds. It's going to be a rough road for those 2 seeds. Noah, do you have any other ones that stuck out to you, or do you want to get into our first 4 in, first 4 out picks?
Yeah, why don't we do that? Because I don't want to spoil too much of what I have with my bracket. In case anybody's tailing it, I don't want to give up too many secrets. Let's get into our first 4 for first in or first out, depending on what way you're viewing it. And then coming out after that, AJ, we will be discussing our Elite 8 picks.
Yes, 100%, Noah.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
I got some juicy ones. Let me pull up the lines. Starting us off nice and early and strong, we have Texas A&M Corpus. Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders against the Texas Southern Tigers. The line right now, Texas Southern Tigers at -3.5. The total at 136. Noah, I know absolutely jack about shit about these teams. What are you feeling about this? Because I'm probably just going to take the over.
I feel like you can guess what team I'm taking on this one, AJ, and it's a team that I've bet on for like most of the year here.
A&M?
Yep, I am. I'm going full on A&M Corpus Christi, baby.
Money line?
The Corpus Krispies. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, this is March. I'm not fucking around with any +3 bullshit on this one. We'll take them.
Hell yeah. I love that thought process there. I am going to responsibly stick with the over because I love overs in March, Noah. Let's move
No,
on.
I mean, I will say either of these teams probably getting slaughtered by Kansas in the first round, but doesn't matter. I'm on Corpus Christi over Texas Southern, which pains me because I have bet a lot on Texas Southern, and they have done very well for me this year too. But I have to go with the Corpus Krispies.
Corpus Krispies. While I pull up the next game, here we go. We have Indiana Hoosiers -4 against the Wyoming Cowboys. Total 132.5. No, I know which way I'm on this game because I think one of these teams secretly sucks. Where are you going?
Well, I'm curious to see who you're on. I mean, it won't change the fact of what I'm on, but like, who do you think sucks? I don't think either of these teams suck, but
okay, you're right. Neither of these teams suck, but one is more sus than the other. That team being the Indiana Hoosiers. I think they are fake as hell. I'm surprised to see them even get a preliminary invitation to the dance. Give me Wyoming on the money line on this game.
Okay. I don't disagree with you with Wyoming on the money line. I also think it's funny that this has been not like the most popular, but it's a decent like upset pick that people have been picking is St. Mary's to lose. I think St. Mary's wins no matter what team they play here.
Yeah, I don't see St. Mary's going out in the first round. I really don't. We'll talk about our Elite 8 picks next.
I slightly favor Wyoming here.
Okay.
I'm very interested in these first 4 games though, because this will tell the tale of how conferences will play. This has been this is every tournament. And these first 4 games are always a good telltale sign of how a conference is going to perform. You have 2 Big Ten teams in these first 4 games. If they both flop, the Big Ten is going to flop. If they both do well, the Big Ten might do well. Notre Dame obviously representing the ACC. If Notre Dame absolutely kills Rutgers, I think the ACC might be better than people expected. But yeah, these first 4 games, Obviously, the 16 matchups don't really matter, but these 12-11 matchups that we get in here, they matter a ton, and not enough people pay attention to it because it is a complete indicator of how a conference will do.
It really is. Noah, let's move it right along to a game that I'm really excited for. Bryant Bulldogs versus the Wright State Raiders. Wright State minus 3.5, total at 154.5. What you feeling, bro?
Their mascot's the Raiders?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. AJ, you know I can't pick against anybody who is the Raiders.
Hell yeah, bro. Raiders minus 3.5. Can I book it?
Sorry, which team is the Raiders?
Wright State.
Wright State. And those were the assholes. Yeah, no. It's okay. We're on the Raiders. Those were the assholes who, ruined me for whatever conference they're in. But I had Furman. It was the Wright State Furman game where it was in like double OT, and they hit a contested, jacked up 3 to win the game. I mean, give me Wright State. I will say with this game, super excited for it, AJ, because 2 of like the top 10 or 15 scorers in the entire country are going to be playing in this game. This is going to be a dogfight. And I was talking about it earlier before we went on air here. This is going to be a very exciting game. I know it's between 2 teams fighting for a 16 seed, just fighting, for the right to get their ass kicked by Arizona.
Yeah.
It's fine. But this is going to be a great game. This is going to be a great game. And if you love exciting games and you love college basketball, I mean, you have to watch this game. This is going to be the best out of the 4. This will be the best out of the 4 playing games. This is going to be a really, really, really good game, even though neither of these teams are probably going very far in the tournament.
Not at all. Last game of the night, Rutgers against Notre Dame. Notre Dame minus 1, total at minus 1 at 132. I mean, you know which way I'm going on this. Give me Rutgers money line all day.
I am on the opposite side. I'm going Notre Dame because you also know my stance.
Yeah.
Rutgers can't win unless they're at home. Why at home? And they're one of the 10 best teams in the country at home. When they got to play neutral or on the road, they fucking suck. They fucking suck.
We'll see.
And I expect that to continue. I think Notre Dame wins. Either way, I'm taking either of these 2 teams to beat Alabama.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know what will happen yet. That's not an uncommon pick. Alabama's looking at like a 40% chance of winning it as a 6 seed, which is fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see what happens with that. Anyways, AJ.
Noah, let's get into it.
Moving on to our Elite 8 picks. Let's start in the West region. Who do you have as your 2 Elite 8 teams in the West region?
Noah, one of them I hate to do it, but I have to do it because they make it here all the time. I got Gonzaga. Gonzaga coming out of there at the number 1.
Okay.
Got to have them coming in there. And then Texas Tech, the 3 seed coming out of the West. I've been loving the basketball they're playing. Give me them in the West. What do you got in the West?
You kind of stole my thunder a little bit there. I have Gonzaga and Texas Tech as well.
Okay.
In my Elite 8 out of the West. Obviously, we don't want to spoil too much of our brackets, so we're only giving you the final chunk of it.
Yeah, no, wait,
AJ,
but we're gonna let them know what our full bracket is, but they have to tune into something, don't they?
Yeah, they might have to tune into something, and yeah, so obviously tune into the podcast. You'll get
the live podcast,
you'll get
right?
Yeah, and you'll get a lot more information than you will if you don't tune into the live podcast. Even if you don't tune in, I mean, you'll see our brackets. on Twitter, like 30 minutes, 20 minutes before first game starts.
Oh, yeah. We'll
Just
let you guys know what we're thinking.
Just so nobody can, try to act like, we pick things preemptively afterwards. But
yeah, when I get the perfect bracket, I don't want people to think like I didn't announce it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I'm not announcing mine until right after the first game starts, because I don't want people stealing my perfect bracket.
Well, anyway, moving along.
AJ,
out of the East, who do you got coming out in the Elite Eight?
AJ, I know we're going to be way different on this one, but I have UCLA. And in a tough one, tough decision, but I have Purdue as my other team in the East. I have UCLA and Purdue.
I understand. I get from your thought process, I understand where you're coming from. I hate it. Not a fan of it. But out of the East, I got St. Mary's, the number 5 seed, going up against Virginia Tech, number 11. There's going to be an 11 seed that gets a little run going. Why not Virginia Tech? This team's getting hot at the right time.
You have Virginia Tech and St. Mary's?
Yeah, out of the East, bro.
All right. Well, you're going with 5 and 11. That's bold. That's bold.
It's bold cotton. We'll see how it plays out. Noah, going out of the South region. I mean, obviously.
Well, we know one of the two of these are going to be the, we know it no matter what, right?
One of them, we both have the Wildcats, obviously. U of A coming to the West. Noah, who's your second? I mean, out of the South. Who is your second choice, though?
It's going to be Tennessee. It's got to be Tennessee.
No, it has to be. It has to be.
I think Arizona gets that rematch against Tennessee, and
they have to.
Yeah.
They have to, and that's the poetic way to wrap up the season for U of A. Love to see that.
So you also have Tennessee then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're the only other team in that that side of the bracket that I truly see getting that far.
AJ, the most, I would say in my mind, the most interesting, the most open, the most wide open bracket, or the most wide open quadrant of the bracket, the Midwest, which I think the Midwest is anybody's game. I think this bracket is not one that has a whole lot of heavy hitters. I think this is kind of anyone's game. Who do you have in your Elite Eight in the Midwest?
Noah, I have kind of a pick that I'm sticking with from earlier in the season that I think will pick back up. I'm taking Auburn. I have Auburn making it to the Elite Eight out of the Midwest.
Okay.
Kind of ran into a rough patch going into the end of the season, not doing too hot in the tourney. But, March brings out the best in some people.
That's big for you, too, because you hate anything and everything Alabama. So the fact that you're picking Auburn... The fact that you're picking Auburn, that's a big move. That's
how much I trust them. I trust them a lot to make it to the Elite Eight. No, you're going to hate this.
And your other
pick.
team.
You're going to hate this. I think everybody listening to this show is going to hate this pick and probably never listen again because they claim that I don't follow college basketball. I don't know what's going on. Fuck you.
Well, I might quit the show based on what you're alluding to.
Give me Richmond. Also coming to the Elite Eight
God.
out of the Midwest.
God.
That's right. A number 12 versus a number 2 seed in the Midwest. Richmond versus Auburn. I mean, Noah, as you alluded to, this thing is wide freaking open coming out of the Midwest. And it's going to be Richmond's time coming to the Elite Eight.
Well, I'm not going to quit the show because I thought you were going to say Providence.
Oh, no. Come on, Noah.
And I would have quit the show if you said Providence, but Richmond really, because I don't have them winning a single game.
I understand. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bust your bracket like that, bro. That's my bad, but
no, I'm not gonna lie. I also have Auburn in that Elite Eight, but you know who else I have?
Who?
You know who else I have?
Who?
The team that plays Richmond in the first round, Iowa. The Iowa Hawkeyes, man. AJ, I don't know why you still refuse to bite onto this Iowa.
I'm not refusing. I bid on it in the conference tourney. I bet on them, bro. I bought in.
Well, no, not at first. I mean, you picked against them like a game or two, and then like finally in the final, like I convinced you to bet on them, and like for some reason you're picking them to lose in the second, like in the first round, just a shitty Richmond team. I don't understand why. Either way,
Well,
at that,
luckily,
AJ,
Noah, we'll be live to cover that, and I'll be able to tell you
yes, we will.
exactly why.
Oh no, and here's the fun part is a couple of weeks ago I tweeted out. I don't remember what my tweet was exactly, but it was something about Iowa and South Dakota State, and how that would be the most fun game and a huge high-scoring game. And guess what? The committee has given us an opportunity. If Iowa and South Dakota State win their first-round matchups, we are going to have an Iowa-South Dakota State matchup, which will be the most fun game of the tournament. There are going to be 200 million points scored in this game. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be fantastic. There's going to be threes raining like nobody's business.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that.
Bud.
Well,
you're not getting that game, bud.
Keep talking. Whatever, it's fine. It'll happen.
Richmond money line plus 440, I believe, right now.
Anyways, AJ, we didn't give our first and second round picks. We gave our whatever, our Elite Eight. AJ, who do you have in the Final Four? Who do you have in the Final Four?
I'm just going to run right through it. My Final Four: Texas Tech, St. Mary's, Arizona, and Richmond.
Interesting, because I got Texas Tech.
Good.
I've got Arizona.
Okay.
I've got UCLA, though, which UCLA St. Mary's will meet in a second-round matchup if they both win their first round.
Yep.
And I got Iowa. I don't know why the fuck you got Richmond, but Iowa will beat Richmond in the first round, and I got Iowa there. AJ, who's your championship matchup? Who do you got?
It's going to be an exciting game. I am really excited for this game. I cannot wait to watch it. It's going to be great primetime television. I've got Texas Tech and Arizona in the finals.
Ah, shit, man. I got the same.
Damn.
I got the same matchup. I got the same matchup, and I hate that. I hate that I have the same matchup.
I can't believe so. Degens, literally, this is the first time we are discussing our brackets is on air because we wanted to make sure we didn't influence each other or anything like that. Like Texas, wow, I'm so shocked we came to the same one. What's your final score?
My final score, tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Because obviously we both have Arizona winning. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I said 86-73.
See, I said 63-54.
Oh, bro, you're way too low on that scoring game. But the fact that we both have Texas Tech in the championship game.
That's crazy.
Like like AJ said, we did not discuss our picks at all. We've, are reacting to each other live here. We have some in common. Obviously, I don't know why the fuck AJ has Richmond in the Final Four.
Go Spiders!
Completely. They're going to lose in the first round. That's stupid as fuck. But that's okay. Either way, we both have somehow we both landed on Arizona and Texas Tech, and that's interesting. But
well, Noah, we got a lot of work to do because we got to get ready for this live stream. So we should probably get off air and get some shit wrapped up. Before we sign off, the next time we will see the Degens is at our live stream, March 17th, starting 9 a.m. No, I'm sorry, excuse me, 9:10 Pacific Mountain Standard Time. That is, what, 11 Eastern, 11:15 Eastern time change?
12
Eastern time change. You're looking at 11 o'clock.
Well, it is
Midwest.
Noon Eastern.
Noon Eastern. YouTube.
We'll be on the clock.
Also, for the first time ever, live into Centraland, you will find the information for the events page down below. Please come visit it because we're going to be talking March Madness, 4 days straight for 10 hours?
12, more like 12 or 13 hours, but,
Who's doing the math? I'm not. Anyway, we will see you then. And remember, get those brackets set, and we'll see you next time on